Two of the filmmakers join us now, actress Kelsey Cooke and TikTok comedy favorite and Groundlings alum Chris Guerra. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's great to have you both. Chris, before we get into the filmmaking process, can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely. We're both filmmakers, originally from Los Angeles, now in Nashville, and we started out as actors. And during the pandemic became filmmakers, decided to write and produce our own movie. And we're here now in Nashville. We have our production company here as well as an improv company.
Yeah, we focus on improv and sketch comedy, and we wanted to bring that out to Nashville since we were doing that heavily in Los Angeles. So that's who we are right now. It might change next week, but that's who we are this week.
Depending on whether or not there's another scamdemic in our future, right?
Yeah.
Kelsey, did you know that the COVID protection protocols were ridiculous from the start, or was there a specific moment when you said, okay, enough is enough?
You know what? Everything in our movie was because we were at the height of the pandemic when it started. We wrote as we went, and everything was accurate. It was just taken from real life situations. And personally, I knew all about this because I had to become COVID compliance certified.
To be on set.
That's right. So I became certified compliance officer for COVID. It was really exciting. And so I knew everything they wanted us to do on set. And then I had to go buy all the supplies just to film the movie. But within the movie, we would day to day say, oh my gosh, look at this. They're doing anal swabs in China. Let's put that in the movie. And then that's how those things came up.
I love it, and I'm honestly so glad someone did this because it would be a travesty if it wasn't done. So many things that happened throughout COVID were just so laughable. It's shocking to actually think back and know that people complied with it. I mean, how crazy of a time was that?
Well, and what's crazy is, too, at the time, we were just following the rules. We were just doing it. We were doing 6 feet apart. We were doing face shields. And then as time went on, now that we look back at it, we were just doing what we were told to do, right? And now we go, oh, this is even funnier now because it was real. We didn't add anything to the film. We didn't go, let's make this outrageous. We said, let's just do what is happening in the world. And looking back at it now, it's pretty wild.
It is wild indeed, and I know you guys are not exaggerating at all because I myself was working in Hollywood at the time, and these protocols are real. This is exactly how it was. You couldn't even dare think about entering a set without having your face shield, your Vax card, the whole deal. I mean, it was just outrageous. So, Chris, I'd love to know, when did you decide, what was the defining moment you knew you had to make this film?
You know, during the lockdown, a bunch of us creatives are sitting around, we're out of work. And it's hard enough to be, you know, in a lockdown as I say a normal human being, but as an actor, that's even harder because we thrive on attention. We thrive on performing. So we have to be creative right now, right? So we banded a bunch of strong improvisers and sketch comedy people together, made this film. And I have to tell you, just being on set after being away from people from so long was so joyous, and it was therapy. And we made it a point too. We told this to all the actors. We said, you know, in doing this film, we don't want to bash the people. We don't want to bash COVID, but let's just show what happened so we can look back at this one day and see how ridiculous it really was. And so we focused on joy through the whole film and people working together.
Yeah, that's a great outlook to have, I think, because as we said, I mean, it is pretty comical, but did you face any pushback? I mean, we all know there was some, you know, COVID Nazis out there and COVIDians who just couldn't laugh at any of it, right? They took the whole thing seriously. When people found out that you were doing this and making this film, did you have any, you know, people in opposition of it?
We never set out, like Chris said, with the intent to make fun of people who had serious things happen during COVID. So we set out with the best of intentions to just find joy and comedy within our situation. I think that's just a gift that comedy gives us, is to be able to laugh at the most serious of situations.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.